Okay, good morning, one and all. So today we start the type 2 of the load carrying capacity of the double angle compression member. So uh, last lecture we have seen uh, up to last lecture we have seen two problems on the load carrying capacity of the single angle compression member. So today we will see the load carrying capacity of the double angle compression member. So this is the type 2. Type 2 is actually this is under compression member. So type 2 is load carrying capacity load carrying capacity of double angle compression member. Double angle compression member. So we see the procedure first and then we will solve the examples. So procedure for the load carrying capacity of the double angle compression member. So procedure. So step 1. Step 1. So step 1 is find the properties find the properties of given double angle section. So whatever section they have given, so we have to find out the properties. So properties are ISA. So, so which ISA is there? Then AG is equal to and R minimum. So here R minimum is the RXX or RYY. Here the R minimum is the RXX or RYY. In the single angle compression member, we have taken R minimum as a RVV, but here we have to take minimum of the RXX and RYY, because there are two members that we will see at the time of the calculation, but RXX and RYY, the minimum value of these two we have to take. Then step 2. Step 2, calculate. Step 2 is calculate effective length. Calculate effective length of member. Calculate effective length of member. So how to calculate effective length of member? That is, effective length of member is nothing but KL, or we can call as a LE. So here we are calling as a KL. So K is the factor. It means 0.81, 0.65 we have seen. So 0.65 L is nothing but the KL, or we can call as a L effective. So generally call as a KL. So KL is equal to L effective is equal to, I have told you in last lecture, for double angle section, which value we are taking as KL? So 0.7 L to 0.85 L. Effective length for the double angle section, KL is equal to 0.7L to 0.85L. And generally, we are taking mostly 0.85L. Generally, in examination, you can take this 0.85L. Are you getting? Mostly, we are taking 0.85L. See, some of the students joining very late. They will not get it if we once go ahead. Then you will not understand what we have seen. As many times I have told you, please don't take uh, light for this subject. You have to be aware and be patiently. You have to attend the lectures. Okay. So step number 2 is over. Step 3. Step 3. Calculate slenderness ratio. Calculate slenderness ratio. See, for the single angle, the procedure is different, and for the double angle, the procedure is different. So slenderness ratio is nothing but here lambda only. We have to calculate lambda. So how to calculate lambda? Lambda is equal to KL by R minimum. Lambda is equal to KL by R minimum. Effective length divided by radius of gyration, least radius of gyration. Slenderness ratio is equal to effective length divided by least radius of gyration. So effective length is nothing but KL and least radius of gyration is nothing but the R minimum. So KL by R minimum is the lambda. So here KL we have find in this step. Step number 2 we have find KL and R minimum we got here. R minimum is equal to RXX or IYY. RXX or IYY या दोन्हीतली जी minimum value असेल ती इथं आपण find out केली असेल. So दोन्ही value इथे मिळतात. So we can calculate the slenderness ratio. So step number 3 is over. Now step number 4. So step number 4, calculate design compressive stress. Calculate design compressive stress. So what is compressive stress? Compressive stress is nothing but FCD. So we have to calculate FCD. So now here to find FCD, this is very important step. To find FCD, see table number 9C, page number 42, page number 42, IS 800 2007. So to find the value of FCD, we have to go on the page and table number 9C, page number 42, IS 800 2007. So depends upon slenderness ratio. And Fy is equal to 250. We have to find the value of FCD. So how to calculate? Actually, there are so many values of FCD. So we have to interpolation. So how to calculate? Right again by interpolation. we have to find how to find out value. FCD is equal to FCD1 minus lambda minus lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into FCD1 minus FCD2. So this formula you have to use. Actually this formula is not given anywhere, so directly calculation they have did, but I have derived, or derive means invented this formula for the calculation of this FCD. In book, in every book there are, they have written directly value here, but these values are this. So we will see at the time of solving the problem, but write down this by interpolation. We have to find this FCD value like this: FCD1 minus lambda 1 lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into FCD1 minus FCD2. So there are FCD lambda 1 lambda 2 values are there in this table number 9. So how to find that we will see, and this is very important step in this type of problem. Then step number 4, sorry 5. Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And last step is step number 5, that is calculate design compressive force. Design compressive force or strength. Design compressive strength, or we can call it as a force. So that is nothing but PD. So PD is equal to FCD into Ag. PD is equal to FCD into Ag. So this much is the procedure for load carrying capacity of double angle compression member. See the difference. If examination they have asked single angle, then we have to use the type 1 procedure. If they have asked the double angle compression member or double angle strut, single angle strut they have asked, you have to use the type 1 procedure. If they have asked the double angle discontinuous strut, then you have to use this procedure, type 2 procedure. Okay, everyone has written this. So this much is the procedure of the double angle compression member, load carrying capacity of double angle compression member. So we will see the now problem, example number 1. Okay, so now write down example 1. Write down calculate, write down calculate the strength, of a discontinuous, strut of length 3.5 meter, 3.5 meter, full stop, Calculate the strength of a discontinuous strut of a length 3.5 meter. The strut, the strut consists of the strut consists of the strut consists of the two unequal angle two unequal angles two unequal angles ISA 150 by 75 by 10 mm, ISA 150 by 75 by 10 mm, in bracket Fy is equal to 250 MPa. Two unequal angles ISA 150 by 75 by 10 mm, in bracket Fy is equal to 50 MPa, with 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 long legs long legs with long legs connected with long legs connected to connected to 10 mm thick gusset plate, 10 mm thick gusset plate, full stop. Right, again the angles connected either side of gusset plates, the angles connected either side of the gusset plate. So this is the problem statement. Calculate the strength of discontinuous strut of length 3.5 meter. The strut consists of the two unequal angles ISA 150 by 75 by 10 mm, in bracket Fy is equal to 250 MPa, with long legs connected to 10 mm thick gusset plate. The angles connected either side of the gusset plate. Okay. So now we have to follow the procedure. So step number 1. Step 1. What is step 1? Find the properties of given section. Find the properties of given section. Now, so which section they have given? So ISA 150 by 75 by 10 mm. ISA 150 by 75 by 10 mm. Now find the properties. What properties we have to find out? Gross area. So go to steel table and find these properties. Gross area AG and R minimum. So Go to steel table. Tell me R minimum is equal to.
AG is equal to 2156 mm square.
2156. Wait. AG is equal to 2156 mm square. AG is equal to 2156 and R minimum out of RXX and RYY. दोन्हीतलीच minimum कोणती आहे ती सांगा. RXX and RYY because RXX RYY is different because the angle the 150 by 75 म्हणजे unequal angle section आहे. त्यामुळे RYY आणि RXX या दोन्ही वेगवेगळे असतात. So out of these two which is minimum? RXX or
RYY.
How much RYY?
RYY.
So
19.6.
19.6 mm. So how much RXX? RXX? बाकीच्यांच्या समजण्यासाठी RXX किती आहे तिथं?
48.1.
48.1. See, RXX is 48.1 means 4.81 centimeter, and here RYY is 19.6 mm. So out of this 48 and 19.6, the RYY is minimum. So R minimum is equal to RYY is equal to 19.6. Like this, we have to write here. In procedure, what we have written, R minimum is equal to RXX or IYY. म्हणजे दोन्हीतली कुठली जी मिनिमम आहे ती आपण लिहिली होती तर. पण या ठिकाणी आता आपल्याला जी मिनिमम आहे तीच लिहायची आहे. So here R minimum is equal to RYY is equal to 19.6.
Sir. Sir.
Yes.
RYY is equal to 19.9 mm.
9 आहे का? बघा एकदा चेक करा.
19.9 mm.
Okay. So 19.9. I will erase this. This is 19.9. 19.9 mm. So RXX is greater than the RYY. So this is first step number 1 is over. Okay. Now step 2. What is step 2? Calculate effective length. Calculate effective length of member. So effective length of member is nothing but KL. So KL is equal to. Actually, what is range? Range is 0.7 to 85, 0.85. But in procedure, I have told you mostly take 0.85 L. If you take 0.8 L, nothing problem. But generally, we are taking as a 0.85 L. This is the range. या range मध्ये काही घेऊ शकता तुम्ही. पण आपण मोस्टली या टाइपच्या प्रॉब्लेम मध्ये 0.85 L घेतो किंवा बाहेर IS कोड मध्ये पण जनरली 0.85 L च घ्या असं सांगितलंय. सो जर ह्यातली कोणती घेतली 0.7 पासून वर तर प्रॉब्लेम तुमचा चुकणार नाही. बट मोस्टली वी विल टेक दिस 0.85 L. Okay. So now calculate the L effective and tell me answer in mm. 0.85 into this length. Tell me this length in mm. So actually how much length is given?
3.5 meter.
3.5 meter. It means 3500 mm. Correct? So now tell me in the mm this value.
2975 mm.
2975 mm. So this is the effective length of this member. Effective length, it means suppose this is the member and this much is the 3.5 meter length. So now here we are considering not considering any boundary condition. So it means this much length like this. So this much length is the 2975 like this. म्हणजे फिक्स्ड आहे असं आपण समजू असं जर समजलं तर जे ही मधली इफेक्टिव्ह लेंथ आहे एल इफेक्टिव्ह और के एल इज इक्वल टू दिस मच लेंथ. आर यू गेटिंग? तो जो आपण टेबल लिहिला होता तो ऍक्च्युली कॉलम मध्ये लागतो तुम्हाला. कॉलम चॅप्टर ज्यावेळी आपण चॅप्टर म्हणजे याच्या पुढचा कॉम्प्रेशन मेंबर आपण कॉलम डिझाईन करणार त्यावेळी आपल्याला ती तुम्हाला व्हॅल्यू लागते. कॉलमचे जे बाउंड्री कंडिशन्स आहेत त्या कॉलमच्या प्रॉब्लेम मध्ये दिलेल्या असतात. ओके, सो स्टेप नंबर 2 इज ओव्हर. नाउ नेक्स्ट स्टेप नंबर 3. स्टेप 3, calculate slenderness ratio. Slenderness ratio is nothing but lambda. Slenderness ratio is nothing but lambda. So lambda is equal to KL by R minimum. Lambda is equal to KL by R minimum. समजते का सगळ्यांना?
Yes, sir.
Division A. Okay, so slenderness ratio is nothing but the effective length divided by radius of gyration. So effective length here we have calculated 2975 divided by R minimum we have written in step number 1 19.9. So easy.
149.49.
149.49. No unit because this is mm. Radius of gyration in mm. Effective length is in mm get cancelled. So there is no unit for the lambda slenderness ratio. Always no unit for the slenderness ratio. जितका स्लेंडरनेस रेशो जास्त तेवढी तुमची लोड कॅरिंग कॅपॅसिटी कमी. जितका स्लेंडरनेस रेशो कमी तेवढी तुमची लोड कॅरिंग कॅपॅसिटी जास्त. का तर जितका लॉंग कॉलम तितकं बकलिंगचं प्रमाण जास्त. जितका शॉर्ट कॉलम तेवढा कॉम्प्रेसिव्ह लोड जास्त घेणार, बकलिंगचं प्रमाण कमी. लक्षात येतंय? दिस इज द लोड and this is the length. So if the long length is there, due to this long length buckling will be more. So that slenderness ratio is more, so buckling will be more. Here this column is short, means length of member is short. So that member will carry the more load. म्हणजे जास्त लोड कॅरी केल्यानंतर मग त्याचं बकलिंग व्हायला चालू होईल. But in that case slenderness ratio is less. म्हणजे ही व्हॅल्यू कमी असते या केसमध्ये. या केसमध्ये ही व्हॅल्यू जास्त येते. ओके, सो स्लेंडरनेस रेशो कुठून कुठेपर्यंत अवेलेबल आहेत ते पण आपण आता पुढच्या स्टेप मध्ये बघायचं आहे. टेबल नंबर 9C वरती गेल्यानंतर मॅक्झिमम स्लेंडरनेस रेशो कुठेपर्यंत आहे ते टेबल मध्ये आपल्याला पाहायला मिळेल. ओके, सो दिस मच इज द स्लेंडरनेस रेशो. So step 4. What is step 4? Calculate design compressive stress. Design compressive stress is nothing but FCD. Design compressive stress is nothing but FCD. Okay. So now go to page number 42, table number 9C. See the table number 9C. Page number 42 वरतीच आहे का एकदा चेक करा. Everyone please go IS code. Without IS code you cannot solve this step. If you don't have this IS code now, so you cannot solve this problem. Correct. Page number, sorry, table number 9C, page number 42 वरतीच आहे IS कोडच्या. They have written at top, table number 9C, design compressive stress, FCD in MPa for column buckling class C, they have written. गेला का प्रत्येक जण? पेज नंबर 42. They have written, see the first column, KL by R minimum they have written. If you see the first column of this table, they have written KL by R minimum. KL by R minimum is nothing but what? Slenderness ratio. आपला किती आला slenderness ratio? 149.49. बघा, we have calculated slenderness ratio 149.149. Sorry, 49. So 149.49. So they have written first column is KL by R minimum, and the values of KL by R minimum, the range they have given 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So our C is 149.49. It means in which in between our slenderness ratio will be there. Here 149 they have written. Means आपला कशामध्ये येणार आहे?
140 to 150.
140 ते 150 मध्ये आपला येणार. आपला कॅल्क्युलेट केलेला किती आहे? 149. बरोबर आहे की नाही? मग त्यांनी जी रेंज दिली आहे 10 ते 20, 20 ते 30, 30 ते 40, म्हणजे 10 साठी 20 साठी पुढच्या एफसीडीच्या व्हॅल्यू दिलेल्या आहेत. पुढच्या सगळ्या व्हॅल्यू आहेत ह्या एफसीडीच्या व्हॅल्यू आहेत. मग स्लेंडरनेस रेशो किती आला आपला? 140 ते 150 च्या मध्ये येतोय. आपला 149 आहे, म्हणजे 140 ते 149 च्या मध्ये. आता लक्ष द्या स्क्रीन वरती बघा, आणि पुढच्या ज्या व्हॅल्यू आहेत त्या एफसीडीच्या व्हॅल्यू आहेत. म्हणजे यील्ड स्ट्रेस 250 असेल, प्रॉब्लेम मध्ये आपल्याला यील्ड स्ट्रेस 250 दिले, तर 250 टॉपचे वरची टॉप लाईन बघा, कॉलम जो टेबल आहे त्या टेबलचे केएल बाय आर मिनिममच्या पुढची टॉप लाईन बघा, काय लिहिलंय? यील्ड स्ट्रेस. यील्ड स्ट्रेस FY MPa, म्हणजे FY आपल्याला 250 दिलंय, तर 250 साठी एफसीडीच्या व्हॅल्यू दिलेत ह्या सगळ्या टेबल मधल्या. सो एफसीडीच्या व्हॅल्यू मग 250. आता एफसीडी आपल्याला 250 दिले, तर 250 कुठे येते बघा? 200, 210, 220, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 50 असं कुठपर्यंत दिले? 540